Hello YouTube, it's Delta0125 here again, and today we're going to do the takedown and cleaning of the KelTec PF9. Mine is the, I believe they call it the gray frame model. And I'm not sure how well you guys can see this since my camera is starting to drop in quality again for some odd reason, but I use Hops 9. We're going to use Hops Elite today, gun cleaner, Hops 9 lubricating oil, and a Hops 9 bore snake. It's made for a rifle, but it'll work on handgun too. The one that I'm currently using is a 30 caliber, which is the same as 9mm. Not sure how well you can see that, but it's for 308, 30-30, 30-06, 300, and 303. But it will work on 9mm since 9mm is of the same diameter. I should have gotten one for pistol, but why waste the money when they both work the same? Same as a 12 gauge bore snake and a 20 gauge. They both work. And of course, not vice versa, I don't think. Anyways, first thing that you're going to do is, of course, your firearm, if it's in a holster, remove it, which I already did. First thing you do, check it. Mine has ammo in it. Then you check the chamber. Clear. Next thing that you're going to want to do is take out one of your rounds of ammunition. Oops, damn it. Sure, my tripod's all messed up for this camera. Okay, there we go. That should have tightened it. Anyways, you're going to want to take out one of your rounds, preferably a target round, but in this case I'm just going to use a carry round because all you need is the rim of the case. Now, next thing you're going to want to do is lock it back, like so. Sorry, now, I'm not sure how well you guys can see that. Anyways, so you take your round, and you just take the back of it, and this thing, or this pin right here, this retaining pin, will have a notch in it for your round of ammo. And what you're going to want to do is push down with the rim and kind of pull it out at an angle. So there's your retaining pin. All you do with this is just set it aside somewhere. In this case I have another paper towel right here, I'll just set it on. So now this you don't need anymore, you can just put that right back in your magazine or wherever the hell you got it from. So I'm going to put it back in my magazine since these are my carry rounds. That's actually one of the good things about these firearms is you can actually take them down the field. The bottom of the magazine, this little thing right here, you can just push in with a pen, or for that matter, probably with this pen even, you can just push that in and take the base plate off if you want to take care of the magazine at all. Anyways, onto the firearm. All you do now is drop the slide. I have to stand over the camera. You just pull it off the frame. Take your frame, set it aside. This point I'll put it right where that is. And then right here, make note of how this goes in. You just take your spring out, and it's actually a dual spring system. As you can see, there's a smaller one inside of a larger one. Now remember, this notch doesn't go to the front of the firearm, it goes to the back where the breech is. So when you put it back in, you basically just put it in. Anyways, we'll get to that here in a minute. So onto the point. Remove the barrel. As you can see, mine's seen a few hundred rounds at least, if not more. I think this one's actually seen about like 400 rounds or so. That's kind of blinding. So not sure how well you guys can see that, but it's pretty dirty in there. I've not cleaned it, and there's been about maybe around like 400 to 500 rounds through this so far. A little under, a little over maybe. Anyways, what you do now is you take your bore snake. In this case I got a long one, and mine's actually flat at the front. It's not rounded. So what I do is I take my Hops Elite solvent. Oops. Hit the camera tripod because I'm trying to work over it. You just take the Hops Elite solvent, and right where the copper stuff is, right here, this copper brush that's embedded in it, just take your Hops Elite solvent, take the nozzle, spray it on both sides, and this is the reason why I do it on paper towel, so I can roll the excess off and also not get my surroundings dirtied by that. Now, where did the end go? There it is. Like I said, it's a rifle cleaning variant. So all you do is pull that through. You can do it once, but I like to do it about 3 times just to make sure I get all the excess crap out of the barrel, just in case there's any extra in there. And last time. Where'd it go? There it is. Now it should be clean as a whistle down the barrel. Where did there it is, my tactical light go. So you can see now there's a little bit more of a difference. Not sure how well you can see that, but to me that's pretty clean when you can only see riflings in there. No lead, no nothing like that. Wrong thing. Supposed to put the light over there, not the barrel. Now, what I like to do is just, you can use paper towel. You don't have to use the silk stuff. It's actually a bald-faced lie, pretty much. If anyone tells you, you got to use the silk stuff. Got a little excess piece. Now, what I like to do is fold it. Take the spray. Spray it a little bit. And, of course, just fold it and get a little wet. Now that you got that little end piece there, what you do is the feeding ramp right here, where the nosy rounds go up. You can see there's a little bit of dirt there. Not sure how well you can see that because my camera is kind of fuzzy. Like I said, I need to go invest in a new one. You just wipe it until it disappears. You'd actually be amazed at how many people don't clean their feed ramps. And just clean the excess off the top as well, I guess, if you want. Best you can. And I don't have a copper brush at the moment, so I can't really get up under there too well. But as you can see, the Hops Elite solvent kind of just wipes everything away. So, there's only a little bit that's like right there on the edge that I can't really get too well. Do that, and then up here around your tip of your barrel, just swab around that a little bit. Any excess off there, maybe around the front. But you do that, check for anywhere else that it might be. I don't see too many places, a little bit right there. That just came right off. That did too. You just polish your feed ramps really well, because that's where it all comes down to, is your chamber and your feed ramps when it counts. There's a little bit right there. I just wiped that off, as you can see. There's some right here. As you can see, it just comes right off this Hops Elite stuff, so you don't really need ballistol. Although it kind of works, I guess, according to Zombie Master Ed 25. But now you got your chamber. I want to say hop-up unit because I'm used to airsoft. But now you got your breech, your bore, chamber, and all that clear. Now, as a matter of fact, where'd that piece just go that I threw in there? That's it. Yep. All you gotta do is hold it. And just do that as you go up and down it. Make sure it's clean. Clean the tip a little bit, like that. And I'm going to make this a little bit of a long video, but that's just to show you how well I take care of these things. Sometimes you'll notice buildup inside of your firearm. Most of it's in the back here, some on the chamber face and all that. All you gotta do is repeat the same step. And of course, if you don't want to see me do this, you can always just skip ahead. Oh, and that's another thing too, fuck you trolls. If you guys don't like the videos, don't come on them. You just wipe the back of your, here's the front, rear, so you just wipe your bolt face where the firing pin's kept and all that. So you get the majority of that crap out of there. Maybe wipe right in here a little bit. The ejection face and all that. Just peeled a little bit of that off. Oh, that's why it's on my extractor. Wipe down your extractor, which is this little pointy piece right here. Not sure how well you guys can see that, but just wipe that down a little bit. And if you can get up in there, wipe that, wipe the way back of this a little bit, wipe up in here too. And of course, wipe around your chamber, or sorry, not your chamber, your bore of your slide, and then wipe the face of it. So, yep, that's how you clean the slide and all that. Now the springs, this is the interesting part. I found it chambers a hell of a lot better if you just lightly spritz it. And then what I do is I take the paper towel and just roll it so it gets all over the spring. And you can actually just put this back together like that. Remember, there's two springs here. Doesn't really matter which way they go in as long as you get them all together like this. Now for this, for the chamber and all that, you just lightly spritz it. And like I said, wipe off the excess. I'm sorry I don't have a counter as of right now, that's why I'm doing this on my bed. Or well, guest bed technically, I guess. But that's how you do that. All your excess oil is wiped off. This should be smooth, not rough, not slick. Should be smooth. Put it back together. And I got some oil on my hands. Now, when you put this back in, remember the back end of it's the blunt part, and then the open part goes towards the front. You'll need to put it right where that hole is with the open part. Then there's a little indent cut out right here. You just push it in and down like that. So it's together. Now when you put this back on, oh, I almost skipped a part. Sorry about that. Sometimes you want to clean this real quick. This is also part of your feeding area. Just thought that'd be real quick to mention. Dry it out as best you can. Access ain't bad, especially when you're storing it. Just throw that away. And then when you go to put your slide on, line up in the rails. Oh, and here's the part where most people get hung up on. They don't know why their slide won't go back, and if you notice the barrel ain't coming out, what you do is you hold this down, hold the top of your chamber down, pull it back till it opens a little, and pull it back all the way, and then lock it in place. Take your pin, stick it with the lower side up as you did, or well, how you pulled it out with the indent right there. Stick that in, and then you hold it with your left hand and drop it like that while holding the pin in. So now your fire's back together. Check it. Check it for function. Dry fire it. Still fires. So now your firearm's clean. Should be ready to go. Like I said, if you want to lube it even more, just lube the top of the barrel, maybe a bit of the chamber. Wipe the excess oil off. And another area that I noticed to lube on some guns is the rails on the inside where you just put the slide onto the frame. You lube the inside of the rails, but I'll leave that up to you guys. I don't do it because, I mean, it's not really competition or anything, especially with one of these firearms. So anyways, you do that, take your magazine, and do whatever with it. I'd just stick it back in mine since I currently don't have any children running around. Anyways, so that's how to clean the KelTec PF9. I know it was a little long. If you stuck with me this long, thanks for doing that. Next I'll be doing the video on the Tavor's cleaning of the IDF model. So subscribe, comment below, leave any questions or comments down below. I will get back to you ASAP as best I can. If you took the gun apart, I might be able to help you with it. it's anything like trigger group or anything like that, I might be able to help you, but I'm not totally sure on that. But yeah, I got this one. My friend has a black model, which I cleaned earlier. So, yeah. Anyways, that's how to clean a KelTec PF9. And, I'll see you all next video. Thanks for watching.